That was the sign.
We live.
And we're live. Thanks for coming out, friends and family.
Thank you to all people who came here for us and all people who came here in general.
I know what you're thinking if you're watching on the Facebooks. Where's Nolan? Nolan is working tonight.
Yeah, he had to work late.
I cannot get over how nasally I sound in this. Like, is something different? I mean...
Maybe your nose is stuffed up.
Maybe your nose is stuffed up.
I don't know. Anyways, thanks for coming out, everybody. This is the TLDR podcast live here at Centerfield Coffee Shop in Royston, Georgia. I'm your host, Joshua Roscoe Bryan the first. I've got a little hum. That pitch right there. Do you hear that? Whenever I talk, it's right there. You hear it? You hear it now? Yeah.
Focus, please.
All right. And to my left, we have Saren.
Everyone knows me. We don't...
The best-looking podcast host. The boss lady.
Yes.
Well, it's almost Thanksgiving around here. A week. And it's the 10-day build-up. Have you been preparing for Thanksgiving?
What?
Have you been doing your pre-Thanksgiving eating strategy?
My pre-Thanksgiving eating strategy is usually eating as much as possible in the week and a half leading up to Thanksgiving so that I can stretch out my stomach.
Yes.
In order to prepare for the small toddler that I'm going to eat on Thanksgiving.
Right. And you don't mean our child.
I mean just the amount of food that I'm going to eat is equal to size and weight of a 2-year-old.
I don't know how to stop the music behind us. I was trying. It's okay. It'll be fine.
Thanks, buddy.
Oh, we have a special guest. What's your name?
Thank you, Cole. Sorry, I feel like my mic's really hot.
I feel like he made that up. I don't think that's his real name. I don't know why he would lie. Anyways, I'm going to try a new strategy this year, and I got this from Victoria Evans. Are you ready? Here's what I'm going to do. She said, and this is her family's recommendation, and honestly, I trust her family. Their recommendation was to just eat a huge breakfast, early, 7, 8 o'clock. And then, because, all right, we're going to eat at 1, which really means we're going to eat at 3:30, and everybody's going to be really mad by that point. The rolls are the last thing. No, they're not. You haven't even started the mashed potatoes.
Yeah, Thanksgiving is always a little hectic.
So you get a good full baby belly that morning. You have a good BM somewhere before lunch, and then by the time lunch comes around, you're stretched out and you're ready to go.
Yeah. My strategy has worked pretty well for me the last few years, though. I'm to be honest with you.
Well, I feel the need to experiment this year, so I'm going to experiment. And we were talking the other day, and we were going to do a section, but I couldn't come up with anything. But here's the problem, okay? Is it too soon to get into the Christmas spirit?
Yes.
That is the question.
The answer is yes.
I'm actually changing my opinion on this just a little bit, just so you know.
You're changing your opinion from the right opinion to the wrong opinion.
Well, I think I'm getting more empathetic as I'm getting older, because here's what's happening.
You're getting older.
The problem is it's the holiday season. Really, I think the week of Halloween counts as the holidays. Okay, maybe not before that, but that's the holidays. We're in the mood for holidays. It's cold and there's nothing else happening. It's the holiday season. But the problem is there's only one set of holiday music, and that is Christmas music. This is the problem. This leads to people doing insane things like listening to Christmas music before Thanksgiving. Okay?
Okay, I feel like that's not entirely true. There is Thanksgiving music. Or not Thanksgiving music, Halloween music. Werewolf Bar Mitzvah?
There's Thriller, Werewolf Bar Mitzvah, the Monster Mash.
Yeah.
And the Time Warp.
The Addams Family theme song?
No, that's not a Halloween. This is Halloween.
Yeah. But any soundtrack from any horror movie works.
There's no Thanksgiving music, except for there are 2 that I did some research and I figured out. Well, and I forgot about Alice's Restaurant. That's one.
Huh?
And I think it's Andy Guthrie. It's like an 18-minute long. It's not really a song.
What?
It's like a story. They made a movie. Apparently, it was garbage. But anyway, and then there's We Gather Together, or we Give Thanks, or it's like a hymn, and I think it might be in a Charlie Brown movie. I don't know. But there's 2 Thanksgiving songs. And I think we need to add to that list, so I have a few suggestions.
I would so love to hear your suggestions
Yes.
for Thanksgiving
I think
music.
I'm going to make a Spotify playlist. Just look up the TLDR Spotify playlist. I'm going to make it. And it's going to include some of the following songs so that when you're traveling to see your family for Thanksgiving, you too can get into the Thanksgiving spirit. Hashtag Thanksgiving music. Hashtag it's going to change the world. Are you ready? The first one. You've heard of the wobble, but have you heard of the gobble? Gobble baby, gobble baby, gobble baby, gobble. That's going on the playlist. I'm sure someone has done
Okay,
it.
the wobble has a dance associated with it. What is the dance for the gobble?
The gobble, you have to be at least 65 years old and a female, and it's the area below your neck that loosens around that age, and you just do this.
Ew.
For men, you can just shake your jowls.
So you have to have a goiter, basically, to be able to
Yes,
do
yes.
this. Okay.
I'll
That's
never be
gross.
able to do it because I don't have a thyroid. Okay.
you can't get a goiter anymore.
Secondly, I've got another one. You
Okay.
ready?
Ready?
Pumpkin pie do 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 pumpkin pie do do. Cranberry sauce do 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 do.
Lily asked for that song yesterday.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did. She
Oh,
said,
we're gonna have to send her
BB
back.
Shark? I was like, no!
We're sending her back. We're getting another one.
I know they've been listening to it at daycare.
Oh, we're gonna have to talk to Shanana about that. So there's
Okay.
pumpkin pie, the cranberry
Wait.
sauce,
This is another one that has a dance associated with it.
mac and cheese.
What's the dance?
I don't know. I don't do the dance. I'm just coming up with the list.
But you're picking songs that have dances associated.
No, not
Okay.
on purpose.
All right.
Another one that I came up with just now is
Just now.
it's going to be "Same Drugs" by Chance the Rapper, because every year I feel like I pick a different poison for Halloween. So that one's going on the list. It's going to be a lot of Chance the Rapper. It's going to be "Blessings" is going on there too. It's when you say the blessing. All these blessings keep falling in my
That's
lap.
Chance?
Yes.
Oh,
God,
I didn't
Taryn,
know
oh
that.
my God.
Ooh, I'm sorry.
Also, you don't want no problems because of you don't want to talk about politics at the table. I can keep going. Do you want me to keep going? I have so
Never
many.
been so embarrassed.
I need one. I feel like we need one for football. Oh, the Monday Night Football theme is going on there, and I'm pretty sure that
There's
Hank
football
Williams.
on Mondays?
What? I'm pretty sure that Hank Williams Jr. did one for Thanksgiving where he did Thursday Night Football. Thursday Night Football! And then he got kicked off because he said something super racist. But anyway, I'm also going to include Hank Williams Jr.'s family tradition on the list because it's a family tradition.
You do sing that song a lot.
I love that song. I think I'm out of songs.
Okay. I think that is, what, like 6 more than we had?
Yeah.
So I think it's a good start.
And here's the thing. We're going to give away some Pop Toys tonight. So if anybody in the audience, and that includes you people that aren't here for us, that's right. I see you not hearing. It's fine. If you want to win a Pop Toy, if you can, whoever comes up with the best hashtag Thanksgiving music songs, we're gonna give you a Pop Toy, and we'll do a call out in a minute to see what you come up with. Okay. So if you think of something, write it down.
Deemed the best by us.
Yeah.
So totally subjective.
Yeah.
Sure. Totally.
We can make a rubric, but we're kind of short on time.
Yeah, it's too
We're
late
not
for
short on
that.
time.
It's too late to make a rubric.
Also, I do want to point out that the Pop Toys that we have tonight, provided by the PopVinylWorld.com, the
Yay.
official sponsor of the TLDR podcast. He did not do this on purpose, but he picked my 2 favorite Christmas movies.
Yes, he did.
For the pops that we can give out tonight. So we're actually not going to give them out. I'm just going to keep them. But we have from Elf, we have Buddy the Elf and the Narwhal. Bye,
Bye, buddy.
Hope you find your dad. Thanks, Mr. Narwhal. And then we have the Grinch. I believe this is the new Grinch, the Illumination. Yeah. So that's this one over here. And
That's the young Grinch. It's Baby Grinch.
that's my rap name, Young Grinch.
Young Grinch.
But I'm holding judgment because the Jim Carrey movie is a perfect film.
Mom doesn't like it. I think
Oh, I love that movie. It's my favorite one.
coincidentally, Josh's 2 favorite Christmas movies were my 2 least favorite Christmas movies until I met Josh. And then I was like, okay, these are awesome and they're so funny.
And let me
So-
just say, A Christmas Story and It's a Wonderful Life are like in their own category. They don't count. You know?
Those are like, to me, feel-good Christmas movies.
Right.
These are funny movies that are good all year round, but I withhold them from myself until after Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I feel like we need to save the Christmas movies, though. I feel like that's something we need to talk about.
Okay,
We'll save that for Christmas.
makes sense.
Well, we're here at the coffee shop tonight because around these parts, it is it's finals week at Emmanuel College.
Almost.
Because Emmanuel, despite being a small school, the small budget, things are there's lots of issues that come with being a small school. Something they do really, really well is that you're done before Thanksgiving with the
Yes.
semester. It's
awesome.
incredible.
It's awesome as a teacher there too. Oh, it's
So
nice.
Centerfield is actually staying open. Is it tomorrow?
Tomorrow and
Thursday
Thursday.
night until 12. So
Which
you
is
can come get your
So
because
great of them.
studying the night before is really going to make a big difference.
Yeah, it actually might.
It's not.
It
It's not
might.
going to make a difference. But anyway, Siren, you had something you want to talk about Harry Potter related.
All right, I actually have a couple of kind of Harry Potter news updates for everybody because we know we can't get through an episode of TLDR without me talking about Harry Potter. So,
It's true.
just wanted to send a quick reminder that Fantastic Beasts Volume 2, The Crimes of Grindelwald, is coming out on November 16th.
I thought it was the 15th.
Nope. Pretty sure it's the 16th. I could be wrong.
That is Friday. Yes.
Yeah, okay, I was right. It's going to be so good.
You've been wanting to talk about the trailer for that for a while.
Yeah, I have, but I haven't watched it in a while, so I feel like I might get some stuff wrong.
Oh, yeah.
But there was a really, really big reveal in the most recent trailer that has got me shooketh.
Dumbledore is young again.
No. I'm going to spoil it for you, so those of you who don't want spoilers for the trailer of a movie that has not yet come out, close your ears.
Spoiler.
It is revealed that Nagini was a person, a woman.
I feel like,
We did
was
not
it-
know that.
yeah, but I feel like that's something like obviously Voldemort probably had like a girlfriend at some point.
That is the trailer, that is the plot of a different Harry Potter story that we will
What?
not talk about.
Oh, yeah.
That's basically the plot of The Cursed Child.
I mean, a woman doing something to make a Dark Lord mad and then getting turned into a snake is
that's-
essentially the history of
it's
humanity.
not correct. Basically, the woman Nagini had a what's called a blood curse, which made her transform into a snake and then back into a woman and then back and forth until the change into a snake was permanent.
Whoa.
I can't remember. See, I wish I'd known that I was talking about this tonight and I would have watched the trailer again. But, so that was like a huge deal. There was an interview with the actors where they were all going around and saying their name of the characters that they were playing, and the actress playing Nagini looked over at the production crew and she's like, "Can I say it?" And they were like, "Yeah, it's time." And then she was like, "I'm Nagini." And everybody was like, "What?" And then in the trailer it showed her transforming into the snake and we were like, "Oh my gosh." So we're getting we're finally going to get the story of who Nagini was as a person, and
Whoa.
obviously we're getting background into Grindelwald. We're getting we're going to see how it is that Newt makes his way back to Hogwarts and meets up with Dumbledore. It's a whole thing.
This is riveting. Riveting.
It is going to be riveting. Thank you very much. I'm very excited. My summary of it isn't riveting, but
No, I'm with you. I still haven't seen the first one. Is that the speaker? Oh.
uh-oh.
Oh. Well, what are you going to do? Bzzz. We just have to harmonize with it.
You know I can't do that.
Okay.
I can't even match pitch. So,
You were saying.
really excited about that movie. It's a big deal for people who've been fans for a long time to be getting a new Harry Potter movie, because we thought when the 8th installment came out that was going to be it for
Yeah.
the Harry Potter movies. And then when the first Fantastic Beasts was announced, it was like my heart was just full, because I was like, we're going to get more. You know, I'm going to get to stand in line for more midnight premieres of Harry Potter movies. And it was like, go ahead.
So your memory that you're like, oh man, I can't wait to do that again, is to stand in a line.
Yeah. The lines are very fun. I have very fond memories of waiting in line to get into the midnight premiere of the very last movie.
I can sneak in. I'll dress as Nagini. And I'll just slither. Hey y'all, don't mind me. Just Nagini. Sliding in.
Okay.
Like Ty Cobb. Because of sliding. Because he stole a lot of bases.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to seeing the movie, but I need to watch the first one first.
It's on HBO. Or it was. I don't know if it still is. It still is.
I actually did think of something else I wanted to talk about tonight that
Okay.
I forgot about, if I can change the subject
Yes,
real
you
quick.
can.
I finished my book series up to the point where it has been written to. And I want to talk about it.
Talk about it.
I have been reading The Expanse. Have you heard of The Expanse? Have you heard of The Expanse? It is fantastic. It's about, well, there's going to be some spoilers, okay? But I'm just going to give like a rough outline of what it's about.
Okay.
Because it's 7 books so far, and I think there's 2 more that'll come out. There's one coming out early next year. And it's also a show on the Sci-Fi Network. I haven't watched it yet, so I can't speak to how good it is. I probably won't watch it, though, if I'm being honest. But it follows, so it's set 300-ish years in the future. Humanity is spread onto the moon, onto Mars, and into the asteroid belt, where they
Okay.
mine stuff. And you've kind of got these different factions. Like you have Earth, who's like really, they're like, they're the home base. There's like 32 billion people that live on Earth, and it's kind of become like everybody's on what they call basic, or like a basic income, and there's like different tiers of people that like go to school versus like just going into having a job versus like you don't need a job because like there's only so much work that needs to be done, and then you have the culture of Mars, which is like, they're just really hardcore, like we are going to live on this planet and we are determined to do that, and they have their own military, and like they're like, everybody there is like super strong and like hard-willed and determined. And but then you have the third sort of faction is the Belt, or Belters, and they're people that like have grown up in space, and there's been enough generations of them now that like their biology is starting to change. Like they tend to be like taller and more slender, like because they don't need as much muscle mass, and like, for example, some of the science of the show is like they're constantly having to deal with being on these spaceships, and the way that they have gravity on them is, you know, some shows or books or whatever just make up a gravity drive or something, but this actually is about like they use the thrust to like have gravity. So, you know, when they go really fast, they're going at more G's than Earth has. So like the higher G's they go, like it really can mess with them, or like their bodies can get crushed, or they can pass out and stuff like that. But the first book, it follows this guy named James Holden and his sort of crew that comes about. And but the first book, we overloaded the systems here, and
How?
there was too much going on at once. Let me shut down everything on my computer except for this.
Okay.
But go ahead, Wheel of Time.
Wheel of Time. The thing, I'm enjoying it a lot so far, but the thing about it is like, there's like 50 pages of really boring stuff. And then there's like 10 pages where it's really exciting. And it made those 50 pages of boring stuff really worth it. But there's a lot of boring stuff.
Yeah.
Because basically, what's happening right now is they're on the road trying to get somewhere. That's it.
Do they get to at least have that song in the background? On the road again.
No.
Can't wait to get back on the road again.
But I feel like during these times where nothing is going on, they're doing character development, and I see that and I appreciate it, and it's fine.
Yeah.
But you kind of just have to go in to these kind of books with a mindset of like, it's not super action packed.
And that's okay. I mean, these books are definitely made. It almost feels like what's the guy that directed Transformers? What's his name? I'm blanking.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
Nolan?
Sometimes it feels like a Transformers movie, but in that I know that this is being written for an audience that isn't looking for deeper things in this.
Yeah.
But I'm also filtering that through a lens of he's writing these books really fast, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It also was picked up by Sci-Fi, which, I mean, like, Sci-Fi isn't exactly known for having the best shows.
Do not hate
No.
on sci-fi shows. Firefly, so good.
Firefly wasn't Sci-Fi.
Yeah, it was.
No, it was Fox.
Oh, well, okay. I stand corrected.
I think so. Pretty sure it was Fox. Look it
Hold.
up. TLDR, it was Fox. Well, anyway, I'm a big fan
Okay, it
of
was
these
Fox.
books. We don't need Nolan. We can vote him off the island, Siren. We can do it. Just the two of us. Hey, I like your hat that you're wearing.
Thanks.
It's a Strawberry Reproduction hat. It's
One of
this
my brother's bands. I don't like their music, but I like this hat.
I love their music. Everyone should hit them up. Hey, the whole band is here.
All two of them.
You should look up Strawberry Reproduction on where should they look them up? Everywhere.
Everywhere. Spotify.
Like
All
and
right.
subscribe.
If you like heavy, kind of weird music.
It's not heavy, kind of weird. It's very if you like Taylor Swift,
Don't listen to
and-
Strawberry Reproduction.
yeah, that's fair. But I like Taylor Swift, Tyler Swift, and Strawberry Reproduction.
Okay, fair enough.
But anyway, I appreciate your hat. Hang on, Nolan's calling.
Nolan's calling. Let's see what Nolan says.
Hey, buddy.
You can't vote me off.
Don't tell me what I can't do. John Locke said that.
Oh.
Oh, he did, for real. I just got off work. Hey, everybody.
Say, hey, Nolan. Never mind. There's no one. Well, I mean, I guess, yeah, they can hear it. Hey,
Oh my God.
everybody say, hey, Nolan.
So,
They all said hey.
I was just calling in to say, although it was on Fox, it's definitely sci-fi.
Wait, what? What?
It's definitely sci-fi. Firefly. That's sci-fi.
No, we're talking about the Sci-Fi Network.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, same thing.
It was, but I'm saying it was on the Fox Network, and then I'm saying the Sci-Fi Network, as far as the shows that they produce, are not like, I mean, I don't know any of them, so they must not be amazing.
Do you want to watch the 4400? No, thank you.
I don't know what that is. It seems like a really long way to say 4,400.
It is. It's no good. Anyway, I just wanted to call in. I've never done this before.
Oh, wow. We had our first caller.
From our other host.
I actually have Trevor with me. He wants to say something real quick.
Oh, you have Trevor?
Yeah, hold on.
Who's Trevor?
Hey,
Oh.
everybody, it's me, Trevor.
Trevor, I haven't heard from you in forever.
I know. I've been at Nolan's house living in his closet in a box.
In a box? Did you get a new box?
It's a Nike box. It's really rad.
Is this just a way for you to promote those shoes that I saw Nolan selling on Facebook?
Everyone go check out the Nike Air Horizons for $60.
Wow, that's a deal.
It's a steal.
Nikes.
All right, you're going back in the box, Trevor. Okay, he's back in the box. I'll let y'all get back to the show.
All right.
But I'm watching. I love y'all. I miss y'all.
Let me know if you think of any good Thanksgiving songs, okay?
Oh, I got you.
Okay, we'll talk to you later, okay?
Okay, bye.
I love
Bye.
you. Well, that was great.
That was
First time
nice.
caller, long time listener, first time caller. Hang on, Tristan texted me.
I literally said, "Who's Trevor?" I forgot.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Okay.
Okay, so the big news today, and it's we're gonna take it down here a little bit. Hang on, before we take it down, can I tell you about something that happened the other day?
Okay.
Athens Symphony had a performance at 3:00 in Athens, Georgia. I had a gig at 5:00 in Livonia, Georgia, which is an hour away from Athens. The symphony performance was like an hour 45, so I was about 45 minutes late to this gig. It's fine. They knew I was coming late. But anyway, I got to this thing, and it's a fundraiser for the Northeast Georgia Animal Shelter. The lady that was hosting it, Michelle, and her husband Jeff, they're just like good people. They take care of people and take care of the fur babies. And I'm happy to play that gig. Now here's the deal. It's a pretty big room, pretty boomy. So at Tilly's Tiki Grill and whatever it is, it's on the lake. It's at the marina. And there's all these pretty uppity older people. They tend to be over 50, let's say. I was definitely the youngest person there. Okay? Besides like the servers. Okay. So every 30 minutes more like 10 minutes or so, they had me make an announcement. Okay? So I'm making these announcements to no one. No one will listen to me. Not a single person. I have a sound system, but it's like they will not stop talking. And I'm calling out like winners' names of like auctions and stuff and the people that bought things, and they would not stop and listen. So I was like, how am I going to get these people to be quiet? Because as a teacher, I'm like, I have some strategies, none of which apply to this nightmare situation that I'm in. Okay. So here's a few things I tried. I told them that for every second that they don't quiet down, $10 of their donation money goes from the animals to the Clinton Foundation, which turns out wasn't great because it ends up the uppity people in Hartwell tend to be a little more liberal, so that didn't work out. So the second thing I threatened them with was I don't remember. Hang on. This was good. I had a really good one.
I'm waiting.
Wait for it.
I'm hanging.
It's so good. Okay. Oh. The thing I did that didn't get them quiet that I thought would. It got like the front group though. I was like, hey everybody, let's bow our heads real quick. We're going to say a quick prayer over the food. And so like the front group was like, oh God. But the people in the back, they had been drinking a little bit. They just kept right on, and there was literally nothing I could do to make them stop. And I'm not prepared for this. Like, how do you get a bunch of people that are older than you and don't have to listen to you to be quiet?
I don't know.
You tell them that Stan Lee passed away yesterday.
It's so sad.
It is sad. They saluted. Yeah. So Stan Lee passed away yesterday.
He did.
And thank God we got that pre-recorded cameo of when he's going to come into one of our episodes because...
Josh, that's not funny.
But, Stan was a big influence on all of our lives. So actually, I would say literally everyone that probably lives in America has been influenced by this guy, even though most people probably couldn't name him, I would say.
He's pretty famous.
I would say the average person probably couldn't name who it was.
Really?
But maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I could be wrong. But the Marvel movies have been like the best-selling movies of all time, apparently. And that's not true, but they're big. And, of course, the comic books were huge before... this guy's been famous for like 50 years,
Yeah. Do you know he and his wife were married for 70 years?
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
God, can you imagine?
70 years. That's like most people, or like a lot of people's lifespan.
That's like 14 times. I can't do this 14 more times. I love you, but not that much. Oh, that was a joke. Wow. Normally Nolan's here to go, well, that's awkward. But anyway,
okay.
I could do this 14,000 more times. There's a limit somewhere there, though.
Okay.
Just
anyway.
for the record. Okay. All right. So anyway, Stan was a big influence, and he started a bunch of heroes and built culture, and which led us to thinking about some of our own superpowers that we have.
Yeah. We were kind of thinking, okay, so what kind of got me thinking about this whole topic for tonight, and now 38 minutes in, we're going to get to our actual topic for tonight.
Hadn't been 38 minutes.
Whatever. I was thinking about, because I had a friend of mine, I have anxiety. I've had it my whole life. Josh has ADD. And my friend was telling me that, like, sometimes having anxiety is kind of like having a superpower. Like, sometimes it's very debilitating and can make it hard to function. But other times it's, like, really saved my butt to be anxious about something, because it's like something that I should be anxious about. But the fact that I already have anxiety on top of it makes me super anxious about it and makes me act quicker than I would normally. So it's like kind of like having a sixth sense, kind of, in a way.
Yeah.
So Stan Lee passing away and then, my friend telling me that, I was like, that would be a cool topic to talk about, how like having mental illness or like kind of
Yeah.
being non-neurotypical can be kind of like having a superpower a little bit.
Neurotypical sounds like a liberal left word, Saren.
I was the best word that I could think of.
Did you come up with that?
No?
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
No,
So it
that's
is
a
the
real
liberal
term.
agenda.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm making a joke about that, but but I've been, and we had already talked about possibly doing this sometime because the study nights that they're having up here got us thinking about, well, what could we do for the college people?
Yeah.
But I've been thinking about being a public speaker for real and going on the road and making money by pretending to be a life-changing businessman. Anyway, that's a joke. But I have thought about putting a speech together for like a music conference or something, talking about ADD is my superpower.
Yeah.
And I've already been thinking about that. And then we were already talking about doing that tonight. And then Stan Lee passed away, and we were like, holy crap, what a good setup. So
Yeah.
I thought I could tell my ADD story if we want to get that on record, because it's made me into like a superhero kind of.
Kind of.
So I have ADD, and I found out about 3 years ago. And wow, no, two years ago.
You found out when you were like 25.
Yeah, it was 2
Which
years ago.
is a very late time to get a diagnosis
Yeah.
for ADD.
October was 2 years ago. I remember because
Yeah.
the year prior to when I got diagnosed, I had actually gone to a doctor before that, and he said, just because Siren's family, a lot of them are on mental health, and after talking to your dad, some were sort of like, you do have a lot of the signs and symptoms of that, and maybe you see someone that could professionally diagnose that. So I went to a doctor.
You went
and
to a medical doctor.
I went to like a GP medical doctor,
Yeah.
and he was just like, "Well, did you do well in college?" And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I had a pretty high 3 point something, 8, 9, something like that." And he was like, "Nah, you don't have ADD." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." But then I didn't feel satisfied with that, so I booked some time with a psychologist who is trained and qualified to make that assumption. And she was like, "Yeah, that guy's an idiot. Don't listen to him. Don't go to him for anything else." So I didn't.
Well, it was funny, and this happened kind of randomly, but your psychologist that you saw actually specialized in diagnosing
Yes.
adults with ADD.
That's right. She was, I can't remember why, but she was from another part of the state and was just coming there like once every other week to this place. And I just happened to get a date with her, which is weird. But anyway, so speaking with her, and the first, the intake is to just sort of get your information. And then I think I went and saw her a second time, and we had the conversations we needed to have. And I think she sent me a sheet for you to fill out and a sheet for my parents to fill out about me growing up. But I went and saw her a third and final time, and she was like, "Okay, here's the deal. You have ADD. You do." She's like, "Here is the list of things that we would normally do to help you with this." And it was stuff like highlight the text when you're reading on a screen, or leave a list by the door for things that you need to get before you leave, or make a checklist for the day, things like that. And these were things that I was already doing. And the list is longer than that, but basically I was doing all of the things that you could do to cope without using medication. And so she was like, "So my recommendation is let's try out medication and let's see how it goes." So I started taking Adderall, and it literally changed my life. And it turned me into, and I'm taking the lowest dose I think that you can take, but I went from, the best way I can describe it is like sort of like if you were, it'd be like if you're swimming, right, and you're treading water, and imagine like there's been a shipwreck, right, and you were in the Titanic crashed, and you're Rose and Jack floating in the water, and there's all this stuff. There's just people around you, and they're like clawing you down. And
Rose ain't in the water.
There's like a door to sit on that can clearly sit 2 people, but there's only enough room for you. But anyway, you can't see really what's going on because all you can see is eye level stuff, and it's just whatever is coming at you that moment is what's happening in that moment. But taking Adderall and sort of getting control of my ADD, it feels like I'm just able to like float above it now and just sort of see everything like from above and be like, "Oh, this needs to go here, this needs to go here," and I can sort of just take it all in at once.
Yeah.
And and some of the strategies that I do that have helped are like I use a program called OmniFocus, which is there's cheaper. Things is a good alternative to that, or
Yeah.
any checklist. Even your phone's checklist app is fine, but the idea is that like anytime something comes up at all, like anything I think of that I need to do, it immediately goes into that list, and I just have a shortcut built on my phone where I can just boom, and it goes in my phone, type it in real quick, and it goes in, and then all of that information, and first thing in the morning, gets sorted to where it needs to go, like into other checklists. But like those checklists are the things that I do during the day. And I just work my way through them, and that's what happens. And as stuff comes through the day, it can get added or removed or whatever. But like that's what happens is I just go through that information. And but yeah, so some of the, I mean, just building strategies of having ADD, which of course I'm showing right now that I clearly have because of my Adderall wore off about 5 hours ago.
And I can tell because.
But
So
yeah.
how, in what way do you feel like having ADD like gives you a superpower, like gives you an edge?
Well, it
over
gave me an
others?
edge because it's sort of like it'd be like training to run with like the ankle things on, Kegels. Remember Kegels?
Okay, focus.
It'd be like it's like training to run with like ankle weights on. Like you train with those and then you take them off and it's like, wow, my
I'm so
body
much
is so much
faster.
lighter.
Yeah.
Or like Goku does in Dragon Ball Z when he's going to fight Frieza. He trains in the thing in the shuttle that's like higher gravity. Remember that?
Yeah, I watched Dragon Ball Z.
And then he gets there to fight Frieza, and
I didn't watch Dragon Ball Z. I'm sorry.
Really?
Are you saying if it's like when athletes go up to train in like higher altitudes
Yes,
and
it's
then
the
they
same
come
thing.
back down? Okay, got it.
But it's just sort of like, okay, I already have these super organizational skills,
Right.
even though because of the disability, it's like they're just average, but like they're like a superpower
Right.
because when they're not disabled, I don't know the
yeah,
right word.
I know what
yeah,
you mean.
Yeah,
Like when you take your handicap off.
right,
Right.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
So it's, I don't know.
Well, so I knew who Stan Lee was, obviously. I'm very into the Marvel movies, not so much into the comics. But I don't know if people remember back in the day, Stan Lee was on like a reality show, kind of. Do you remember that? Where, I can't remember the premise, but it was like superheroes.
It was they were making like ordinary people superheroes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you remember,
I remember that show.
Yeah, we watched the crap out of that show. It was, no, it wasn't. It was so good. And Stan Lee was on it, and it was really fun. But I was doing like a little bit of reading into what Stan Lee did for comics and what he did for superheroes.
Right.
And it was really pretty amazing because I didn't totally know this. It's like he changed superheroes from being like these kind of otherworldly, infallible creatures into being real people who have real problems.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when I started thinking about all of the Marvel superheroes in particular, I was thinking a lot about like Tony Stark, who in the Iron Man movies has like PTSD and suffers from panic attacks, but he's actually a superhero.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like he has anxiety, but he's like saving the world, literally.
Yeah.
And it's like that changed superheroes because they went from being hard to identify with to being people that reflected the real world.
Greg just texted me. The show's name was Who Wants to Be a Superhero?
Who wants to be a superhero?
Which is a riff on the 1997 classic Who Wants to Be a Millionaire,
What?
hosted by Regis Philbin. Anyway.
What year?
I also think that the superheroes changed with the times, too, because I think, like, if you think about old school Superman, he was very, like, post-World War II, like,
Right.
the perfect American citizen, stand-up,
Well, he was
go do
actually
things.
an alien.
Right, no, I'm saying, but like, you know, like, think about Clark Kent. Like,
Yeah.
he's just the average madman, New York, whatever.
Right.
But, of course, he was in Metropolis and not New York. But you know.
It's
But now,
New
of
York.
course, it's all, and well, in post 9/11, you have, like, I don't know, just our heroes just have to be so much more deep, and I don't know.
Well, I like that
different.
about it because for me, really my only experience with it has been the Marvel movies and the MCU, but it's like the reason I like them so much is because those characters are so complex and they're real people who are dealing with real issues just on a like life or death kind of scale.
Yeah.
And I like that.
But it's also, I think DC has kind of proved that, like, you can take that too far too, and it doesn't work for the masses. And those movies just
Literally
aren't great.
don't care about DC. Sorry.
Yeah, but they're trying to make them like super complex characters, and I think they did a good. I mean, like it wasn't the same DC regime that's doing the big Super Friends. I don't even know what it's called.
I think the last DC movie that I saw was the Tim Burton Batman.
Well, but what I'm saying is the Batman Begins series that
Huh?
Christopher Nolan did, Justice League. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, didn't that
ones-
suck? Like,
What? The Christopher Nolan ones?
oh no, didn't the new Justice League come out? Is that Justice League? Yeah. See, I don't know.
I mean, they got mixed reviews. I'm not gonna watch it because I don't care. It has a good meme though, the one where the guy's sneaking up on him.
That's from Justice League.
Well, it's from the red carpet of
Oh.
Justice.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
a beautiful
Who's
man.
also in Game of Thrones.
Which had a teaser trailer come out today.
Yeah, it did.
Yup.
It did. It was just a bunch of footage from like the last seasons, but it was still pretty
It's
good.
just exciting to get news because it's
Yeah.
been so long.
I'm saving up my Audible credits because I'm going to reread everything before it. I mean, I know it's not going to catch me up.
You have
but-
hard copies.
Yeah, but I have to sit and look at them, and I'm
The
not going to
horror.
do that. Well, no, I'm just not going to do that because I've never been a reader because
Because you have ADD.
of ADD. But with Audible, it's like I was thinking about this today. Oh God, I had jury duty today. Oh God, let me tell you, it was
It's
something.
very dramatic.
Well, I was. You can't take your phone into the waiting area, and I sat for 5 hours without my and like not just sat and like had to do things, like sat and had nothing to do. And I realized I had nothing to do. I didn't bring a book or anything because
Yeah.
I didn't know I could, but just sitting there, just with my thoughts. And a guy, at one point, there's like 80 of us sitting in this area. Like it's sort of set up like a church in the courtroom, you know. And there's about 80 of us sitting there, and we're just dead quiet because they're doing stuff at the front of the room and working and getting things ready. And this one guy behind me fell asleep, and he was like, it started with to like, and the bailiff kept looking over at us. And I
Wait.
tried to like get his attention.
They're
But,
really called a bailiff?
yeah.
I thought that was just something from Judge Judy. I
Wow.
didn't know that was a real term.
But yeah, he like actually fell asleep. Which I mean, like
The bailiff?
no,
Oh,
not
the dude. Okay,
the
yeah,
guy.
I'm with you.
And anyway, it was a gigantic waste of time. But it's one of those things you got to do. It is your duty.
You said duty.
Hey, do you know why Superman cleaned the toilets? Because it was his duty. It was his
Oh,
duty.
God.
Sierra.
Okay, I heard it. Let's move on.
The judge did say something really inspiring today. He said there are 3 ways that you can serve your country. You can serve in the military. That's one thing you can do. The second thing you can do is you can vote. You should exercise your right to vote, which we had the chance to
too
do in
late
the past
now.
few weeks. And then the third thing to do is you can make sure that you serve on jury duty whenever you're summoned, which you have to do anyway.
I was
But
about to say, you don't totally have a choice about the jury duty.
yeah, it's one of those necessary evils. But it was cool sitting in there. It's like, this is the thing that like makes culture not crazy. Like this, what I'm doing today. Like
Having
so,
a jury of your peers.
yeah,
Yeah.
like it's important, you know?
And I, like, in a way, I know it's an annoying thing. I've never been summoned for jury duty, so I don't really know. But, like, I want them to be thorough in their selection of jurors, you know?
Yeah.
Like, in a way, I kind of like that it takes a long time because I don't want that to be a willy-nilly decision.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, they kept asking questions. See, I would be a terrible juror or juror, as they kept saying today, juror.
the verger.
The juror.
For the 30 Rock fans out there.
But oh God, my leg is stuck. Sorry, I couldn't get my foot out. But they,
The verger.
what were we just talking about, Saren?
I'm still thinking
Jury
about
duty.
the role juror.
Jury duty.
It
is your duty.
The judge said something inspiring. No, you would be a bad juror.
I'd be a bad juror because they kept saying things like, they were like, because they're trying to figure out like who's going to be a good juror and who's not, and so they would do things like, this one guy who built sort of the foundation of the American judicial system said it'd be better for 10 guilty men to walk free than one innocent man go to jail wrongly. Like it's like the Blackstone something. His name was Blackstone, I think, and they were like, "Do you agree with that?" And it was like, I mean, not really. Like, I kind of agree with that, but like, no one would disagree. But it's just like, I mean, I want to talk about this, but I realize that my job is just to shut up and say yes. You know, like they don't really want to know what I think. They just want to make sure that I don't completely disagree. But they had several questions like that. They were like, do you think that beyond a reasonable doubt is a good measure, or should it be something higher, like beyond all doubt, or beyond a shadow of a doubt, or beyond a certain mathematical percentage of doubt? And I was like, yeah, I think that's a good way to do it. But, you know, you're not going to disagree in front of like 90 people. That
I mean, I might. Like if I really
you
thought
would
something.
not, because you're not. It's no one else was. You know, like in a room full
Yeah,
of people.
but like, I don't know. If they're asking my opinion, I'm probably going to give it, even if it's unpopular. Maybe
just
not.
Be a
I don't
renegade. I would stand up from the jury and walk up and be like, I'm the star witness. Plot twist. Ooh, that would be a good Hallmark movie, like The Jury Witness or something.
It's.
The Verger.
But is the star witness in love with the judge? Because that has to be part of the Hallmark movie. It's got to be a love story.
Not the judge. Parks White. What? Oh, they have to be in love with the criminal,
yeah.
and it's like a.
And you could call the movie Smooth Criminal.
Ooh, and you could have Michael Jackson songs in it.
Yeah. Like
Or
Smooth Criminal.
Alien Ant Farm covers of Michael Jackson songs. Wow, Saren, we are killing it up here.
Did anybody have any ideas for any Thanksgiving songs? You
Wow.
forgot, didn't you? All of you.
Maybe you could get like Turkey Gang instead of Gucci Gang.
Turkey Gang instead of Gucci Gang? All right, Tristan's starting off with negative points. I did come up with a Thanksgiving joke.
Okay, what's your Thanksgiving joke?
I told it in class the other day because they were talking about how all of my jokes are terrible. And it's like, no, the trick to a good joke is you just can't expect the punchline. It has to be so, like, out of left field. But then sometimes the way to get, it's sort of like playing chess. You've got like 3 possible moves. You can do the move that would be the obvious move. You could do another move that would be like a bluff to your regular move. Like you try to, that's one level up. It's like, you think I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do this, and that's a bluff. But then like if you're playing against a smart person, you could go, you think I'm going to do this, but I'm actually going to do this. But instead, I'm going to do the thing that you think I'm going to do because you think I'm going to do the thing that I'm not going to do. It's like a third level. Okay, so it's sort of like that with a joke, right? So sometimes you can do a joke where the answer is so obvious that like it's funny because it's not, you know what I'm saying? So here's the joke. Are you ready?
That wasn't part of the joke?
So there's this turkey, right?
Okay.
This is better than the horse joke, I promise.
I don't believe you.
There was this turkey, right? And he
Okay.
went to the grocery store to shop for Thanksgiving, okay? And he went down the aisle and he got his pumpkin pie filling. He bought that. And he went and he got some cornmeal. He got some of the Jiffy corn muffins.
Okay.
And he stopped by the deli because he was hungry. And it's not good to shop when you're hungry, you know. And he stopped by the deli and he ate a whole meal. He filled himself all the way up, and all he ate was corn muffins. He really, really liked them.
I think I figured out the punchline.
Wait, hang on.
Okay,
Don't guess
okay,
though.
okay.
Don't guess.
I'm-
Okay. So all he wanted was corn muffins. So he just kept eating just cornbread and corn muffins, and just kept eating and eating and eating and eating. And then the waitress came by in the grocery store, and they were like, "Sir, Mr. Turkey, sir, are you good? Do you need anything? Has everything been to your satisfaction?" He said, "Gobble gobble." Because he was a turkey, because they don't talk.
Stop talking.
Do you see what I'm saying? Because you thought he was going to say, "I'm so full,
Josh, that
I'm
was
stuffed."
corny. Because he was eating corn
I don't-
muffins. It was
Okay,
a corny
well,
joke. See, I
they
did
were
it.
they were whole wheat corn.
Ew. What?
Wow, I can't believe y'all didn't come up with any songs. Should we just save these for the Christmas episode?
No, because Greg's going to have more for the Christmas episode, probably. Yeah, see?
So I can keep these?
No, we need to give them to our listeners.
Hey, you. You didn't come up with any song names? They didn't come up with any song names. So listeners at home, here's the deal. We have 2 pop vinyls. We've got The Grinch. We've got Buddy the Elf. And Buddy the Elf comes with a narwhal. If you get us in your song ideas before this coming Friday, the 16th, before you go see The Crimes of Grindelwald,
there you go.
Any songs that come in, we will put them to a vote. And we will, we'll just decide the favorite one. But
Yeah.
we're going to compile a Spotify playlist. So any songs that you think need to be on the Thanksgiving Day Spotify playlist, you can either comment in the video, you can send us a message, or you can send us an email to
tldrpod@gmail.com.
tldrpod@gmail.com.
You can tweet us, you can Facebook us, you can Instagram us.
The IG, the original. It's not the original.
It's not the original.
Don't try to find us on MySpace.
Does that still exist? I'm going to find out.
Wait, hang on. There's a pun here.
MySpace.com.
It exists. They tried to rebrand themselves a few
Didn't-
years ago.
Yeah,
As
didn't
like a
someone
music
buy
site.
it? It's still here. Oh my gosh. Okay, I
Wow.
can't get sucked into this.
All right. Well, I told my Thanksgiving joke. For real, though, be thankful for what... In the words of, I think it was T-Pain, not T-Pain, I can't remember who it was. He said, Nolan, maybe you can help me out. He said, you need to stop being ungrateful for what you ain't got, and time to start being thankful for the things you do got.
Wise words from T-Pain.
That's what he said in that song from 2009. I can't remember what it is.
All right.
I think it was the one that...
I
It
don't
was like,
listen to T-Pain.
might not be a shining star, fancy clothes, fancy cars. You know what I'm saying? It was the Maya Heat song, but like in English. So live your life, hey, hey.
I do know that song.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the song.
Okay, fair enough. All right, are we going to just...
Do you have any closing words? Be thankful for the things you have. Be thankful for the people you have in your life.
Yeah.
Be thankful for the experiences you get to have and the beautiful things that happen to you. And
happy Thanksgiving.
make sure you tell people that you're thankful for them. It's
Yeah.
important. Share the love. All right, go dogs. Are we done?
We're done.
Are we good?
We done.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Good talk. Go buy some coffee.
Thanks.
We out. All right, this is the TLDR after show.
No, we're not doing this again. Shut it down.
I've got a bunch of jokes.
Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut
So
it down.
A skeleton walked into
Wrong.
a bar, ordered 2 beers
Wrong.
and a mop. I like these mics. They're like $301, Bob. That's all I got. Tristan, do you want to hear some more jokes?
Stop laughing at him, Tristan. No.
Wait, were you here for the horse joke? That whole episode was garbage. We didn't even publish it.
Oh, rough time.
But I think I'm going to edit that section out
That will be the
and post it
unreleased episode of TLDR. It sucked.
behind the scenes.